Look at this. Moses was tired of Israel because the problems were too many. Too many things. You have to think about this one, think about this one. So many problems. And Moses said unto the Lord, why? Let's read BB so that it's simpler. Okay? King James is powerful, but let's read BB. From verse 11. And Moses said to the Lord, why have you done me this evil? And why have I not grace in your eyes, that you have put on me the care of all these people? He said God is doing evil by making him head over all those people. 3 million people. Is he not supposed to be happy? If you have 3 million people, that's a mega church. Isn't it? Super mega church. Double mega missionary church. 3 million people. That's a very big church. Every pastor should be happy, isn't it? He was not happy. Because pastoral ministry is not happiness. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Everybody is a problem. 3 million. 1 is a problem. 2, 3. Yes, sometimes one person, you can divide the problems into 12. And you have to solve them one by one over a 1 year or 3 months period. Yeah, plenty of problems. Yes. So we shouldn't pray for church growth. No pastor should pray for church growth. Because if you pray for church growth, you are praying for problems. Ask your neighbor, do you have problems? What did your neighbor say? You have problems. Wow. So we are okay. We shouldn't be bringing more people in who have more problems, isn't it? But Jesus says no. He says, bring many. I want more people to come around. How are we going to take care of the more people? You will have to set your problems aside and solve another person's problem. As you're solving that person's problem, your problem will be solved. Hey! That's how it works. The first thing a shepherd must do is to set his problems aside. If you carry your problem, you can't carry another person's problem. You set your problem aside so that you can help somebody. And as you are helping somebody, your problem is solved. You realize that your problem is not a problem at all. You realize that your problem is not a problem at all. That is what happens when you start you start getting to the lives of others to help them spiritually. You realize that you don't have a problem. Yeah. That's what you realize. You notice that your seeming lack of money is not true. You are actually very rich. You will see someone who is so poor and does not deserve the P-O-O-R. It's only P-O. Hey! You will see all those things. And it will grow you. It will develop you, to mature you. Without that, you can't mature. Who grows up with that responsibility? I was taught to be responsible a long time ago. Any child who is not responsible is a bastard. Is it true? Imagine if you have given birth, you've had a child. The child is 30 years old, and he's still eating from your kitchen. When he comes home, you go and roam about her. When he comes home, Mama, Ma, where's my banku? It's not supposed to be like that. The normal thing is that you grow, you become responsible for yourself, and take care of your parents. Isn't it? Yes, you marry, you have your own children, you have your own family, you keep going. That is responsibility. Without responsibility, there's no maturity, there's no growth. If you're not responsible for anything, you are not growing. So it is part of our spiritual growth to be responsible for others. So have it in your mind clear. Don't say that, oh, there are churches that when you go, you just go, you sit inside, after church you go back. No, at this level, if you are talking like that, then there's something wrong with your mind. It's not supposed to be like, maybe you came in today, fine, you can talk like that, but if you've been here for some time, you should know that it's not supposed to be like that. All those who are doing that, all those who go to church and go and sit down and go back, are denying themselves of eternal rewards, denying themselves of rewards here. They are denying them, that's what they are doing. They're denying themselves completely. Don't worry about going to heaven. Are you born again? You are in heaven. Scripturally speaking, you're already sitting in heaven. Maybe you've not known, I'm telling you today. You didn't know, I'm telling you today. Philippians chapter 3 verse 20. Look at Philippians 3:20. Then we'll come back to this. Am I blessing you? I'm going to talk for a long time, so just prepare. That's why I came early. I'm going to talk for a long time. Do you like such things? Let's read the Amplified. They will not understand it. Let's read the Amplified. Can you read it to me? 1, 2, go. So, are you a citizen of heaven? Are you sure? The word of God is telling you, you are a citizen of heaven. That's where you come from. The word born again is to born from heaven. The Greek word is genao anoden. It means to be born from heaven. If you're a child of God, you are in heaven. Heaven is both a state and a place. It's a place we go to. It's a state we are in as well. We are born from Zion and hence dwell in the state of Zion. Do you understand? A madman, is in the state of madness. So a madman can eat from the rubbish. He can sleep outside in the open. But you never see him queue to the hospital for malaria. Have you ever heard any madman contracting COVID since COVID came? Have you heard some people? Why? They are not dying. They are around. They are not dying out of, they are around. Have you ever seen a madman standing in a queue, going to see a doctor because he has malaria? There's nothing like that. But he is sleeping in the open. You are sleeping in your bedroom, you spray the place, you do everything possible. You put coil on, you put cloth on, yet the mosquito will bite your nose. And then in the morning, 3 days later, you are shaking like this. The madman is in a state of madness. Therefore, what is in the state of the normal does not affect him. So there's a state of heaven. There's a state. It's called the heavenly state. It's you put your mind on the fact that you belong to another state. Therefore, what affects this world does not affect you, and it should never affect you. That's the way to get out of COVID and get out of all those things. By allowing yourself to be in that state, keeping your mind on heavenly things. Colossians chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. Look at Colossians 3, 1 and 2. Hello? If then you have been raised with Christ to a new life, that's sharing his resurrection from the dead, aim at and seek the rich eternal treasures that are above heaven. He's talking about heaven. The word heaven is above. Where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Have you seen it? It says, make higher things. Set your mind. Next verse. And set your minds and keep them set on what is above, the higher things, not on the things that are on the earth. It's called a heavenly state, putting your mind on things above. I am of heaven, I am of God. Therefore, what is in this world does not affect me. The sickness that affects the people in this world does not affect me. Maybe you were born into a family that has a bloodline problem. Because you're a child of God, you are now in the state of heaven and hence belong to the fatherhood of God. So what affects your father, your natural father, does not affect you. Why? You're a child of God. You are in a different state altogether. Are you seeing it? Yeah. So as for heaven, you are already there. But what you inherit in heaven is what is in question. Where you will be in heaven is what is in question. How you will spend your eternity is what is in question. Not where you will spend eternity. If you are born again, where you will spend eternity has been answered. Now that you are born again, how you spend your eternity is what is under question. How? Will you be in eternity as someone who does not have any reward? And hence God can showcase you as a trophy of his grace. Hello? Maybe some other time we'll talk about it. But do you understand what I'm saying? So all the things you are doing for the Lord, all the things you do for the Lord will be rewarded. Don't deny yourself. Okay? Tell me about don't deny yourself. Do something for the Lord. Take care of one. Share the burden. Because it is a burden.